Let us now study about the applications of bioinformatics in the field of drug discovery. Bioinformatics has made it possible to sequence the genome of various organisms, and there are almost hundreds of organisms whose genome has been mapped so far. The database of these organisms are increasing in size day by day because every day they get new information about any organism. As other fields of science have made use of bioinformatics, similarly, pharmaceutical industry has also adopted bioinformatics and genomics for the drug targets and drug discovery. The understanding of molecular biology has made it possible to design and develop the drugs. In the beginning, whole animals were used to test the synthetic organic molecules in the organ preparation. In the recent years, bioinformatics has made it easy for the researchers that they can now easily target the molecules in the in vitro environment. Today, the pharmaceutical industries are capable of developing such drugs which are able to target 500 gene products. A gene product is the biochemical material which is produced from the gene expression. It is either RNA or protein. Scientists have now mapped the whole human genome, which consists of 30,000 to 40,000 genes. That is why it has provided the scientists to discover more drugs by observing the gene expression. Mapping of the whole human genome has enabled the scientists to have more drug targets, but still it is a big challenge to get the target which show successful results. It is the science of bioinformatics which focuses the attention of the scientist on the target validation instead of target identification. There are a lot of factors which should be considered during the drug target identification, such as nucleotide and protein sequences, functional prediction, mapping information, data of gene and protein expression. Bioinformatics tools help in collecting the information about all these factors. These tools accumulate the information in the form of databases. These databases save time, money and efforts of the researchers and save the information in the form of groups and subgroups. The information in the database also gives the knowledge of molecules. There are two ways through which pharmaceutical industries develop drugs, either broad spectrum drugs or narrow spectrum drugs. Broad spectrum drugs can be used in the form of antibiotics to kill bacteria which have pathogenic characteristics, but the positive point is that these drugs do not harm the human health. Role of bioinformatics in the drug target has now advanced to a great extent such that now DNA and protein chips are used. The chips are very helpful in determining the expression of proteins or DNA in cells. The clustering algorithms present in the bioinformatics tools help the researchers to make comparison of the gene expression data and distinguish the diseased cells from the healthy ones. These algorithms also enable the researchers to observe the function of the gene or protein during the process of disease. The process of designing a new drug using bioinformatic tools has opened a new area of research. In order to design a new drug, one needs to follow the following path. Number 1 is to first identify the target disease. One needs to know all about the disease and existing or traditional remedies. It is also important to look at very similar afflictions and their known treatments. Target identification alone is not sufficient in order to achieve a successful treatment of a disease. A real drug needs to be developed. This drug must influence the target protein in such a way that it does not interfere with normal metabolism. One way to achieve this is to block activity of the protein with a small molecule. Bioinformatics methods has been developed to virtually screen the target for compounds that bind and inhibit the protein. The next step is to study interesting compounds. One needs to identify and study the lead compounds that have some activity against a disease. These may be only marginally useful and may have severe side effects. These compounds provide a starting point for refinement of the chemical structures. The third step is to detect the molecular basis for disease. If it is known that a drug must bind to a particular spot on a particular protein or nucleotide, then a drug can be tailor-made to bind at that site. This is often modeled computationally using any of several different techniques. Traditionally, the primary way of determining what compounds would be tested computationally was provided by the researcher's understanding of molecular interactions. A second method is the brute force testing of large number of compounds from a database of available structures. Rational drug design techniques. These techniques attempt to reproduce the researcher's understanding of how to choose likely compounds built into a software package that is capable of modeling a very large number of compounds in an automated way. Many different algorithms have been used for this type of testing, many of which were adapted from artificial intelligence applications. The complexity of biological systems makes it very difficult to determine the structures of large biomolecules. Ideally experimentally determined by either X-ray or NMR, structure is desired, but biomolecules are very difficult to crystallize. Refinement of compounds. Once you get a number of lead compounds, computational and laboratory techniques have been very successful in refining the molecular structures to give a greater drug activity and fewer side effects. This is done both in the laboratory and computationally by examining the molecular structures to determine which aspects are responsible for both the drug activity and the side effects. Quantitative structure activity relationship or QSAR. This computational technique should be used to detect the functional group in your compound in order to refine your drug. This can be done using QSAR that consists of computing every possible number that can describe a molecule, then doing an enormous curve fit to find out which aspects of the molecule correlate well with the drug activity or side effect severity. This information can then be used to suggest new chemical modifications for synthesis and testing. Solubility of molecule. One needs to check whether the target molecule is water soluble or readily soluble in fatty tissue, and which part of the body will be affected if it becomes concentrated in. The ability to get a drug to the correct part of the body is an important factor in its potency. Ideally, there is a continual exchange of information between the researchers doing QSAR studies, synthesis and testing. These techniques are frequently used and often very successful since they do not rely on knowing the biological basis of the disease, which can be very difficult to determine. Drug testing. Once a drug has been shown to be effective by an initial assay technique, much more testing must be done before it can be given to human patients. Animal testing is the primary type of testing at this stage. Eventually, the compounds which are deemed suitable at this stage are sent on to clinical trials. In the clinical trials, additional side effects may be found and human dosages are determined. Let us now study about the role of bioinformatics in agricultural biotechnology. The sequencing of the genomes of plants and animals will provide enormous benefits for the agricultural community. Bioinformatics tools can be used to search for the genes within those genomes that are useful for the agricultural community and to elucidate their functions. This specific genetic knowledge could then be used to produce stronger, more drought, disease and insect resistant crops and improve the quality of livestock, making them healthier, more disease resistant and more productive. Comparative genetics of the plant genomes has shown that the organization of genes has remained more conserved over evolutionary time than was previously believed. These findings suggest that information obtained from the model crop systems can be used to suggest improvements to other food crops. Arabidopsis thaliana or watercress, Oryza sativa or rice, Triticum aestivum or wheat, and sea maize or maize are examples of complete available land plant genomes. Application of insect genomics helps in identification of resistance mechanisms and finding the novel target sites. Genes from Bacillus thuringiensis that can control a number of serious pests have been successfully transferred to cotton, maize, and potato. This new ability of the plants to resist insect attack means that the amount of insecticides being used can be reduced. By using in silico genomics, technology researchers can identify defense or disease resistance gene enzyme with their promoter region and transcription factor, which help to enhance the immunity and defense mechanism. Gene diet disease interaction of nutritional genomics aims to study the susceptible genes and provide dietary interventions for individuals at risk of such disease. Scientists have recently succeeded in transferring genes into rice to increase levels of vitamin A, iron, and other micronutrients. This work could have a profound impact in reducing the occurrence of blindness and anemia caused by deficiencies in vitamin A and iron respectively. Scientists have inserted a gene from yeast into tomato, and the result is a plant whose fruit stays longer on the vine and has an extended shelf life. Bioinformatics plays an important role to detect the metal from metagenomic sequencing obtained from contaminated soil. Several strategies for the identification, characterization, and functional analysis of plant genes involved in triggering, signaling, and response to biotic and abiotic factors have been recently envisaged. In silico biology plays an important role to understand the plant pathogen interaction at gene and genome of plants and pathogens.